Greetings and welcome to A Contemplative Reader, where together we will explore the mysterious, the mystical, the spiritual, and the otherworldly in various forms of literature. Today, just a brief video recognizing the fact that it has been 6 months since I posted my first video on this channel, as well as the fact that we are now officially in the season of summer. So I will give you just a brief TBR update. So far on my channel, I have 120 subscribers, just past 3,000 views. Not huge numbers by any means for BookTube, but I am quite thankful for that, considering the fact that I really don't edit my videos much. I don't put up fancy graphics. I post irregularly and infrequently. And several of my videos have had to do with obscure Gene Wolfe short stories. So considering all that, I am extremely thankful, very grateful to all of you who have ever watched a video, commented on a video, liked a video, subscribed to my channel, or have interacted with in any way. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to continuing this ride in the future. So in the future, I hope to not be quite so much of a hermit. Again, in my written channel introduction, I describe myself as a part-time monk, and that is due to the fact that I do spend time on retreat in monasteries with monks and nuns, and also the fact that I incorporate aspects of monastic and contemplative spirituality in my home daily life. But what I mean by that on BookTube is the fact that I need to interact with other BookTubers a lot more, I think. I have no idea how to do a live stream yet. Perhaps I should learn how to do that. What I have done so far, I've been had a discussion with Britain at some Okie Dude, and he'll be posting that video. I had a lovely conversation with him. What a great guy. Check out his channel if you haven't had a chance to do that yet. I'm old enough to be his dad, but he has already read way more than I have, I think. So that was a wonderful conversation about books and music and sports and all kinds of things in between. Another thing coming up probably later this year, nothing is planned yet. Philip Chase did mention this on his channel a while back. I do have a read-along planned with him of Gormenghast by Mervyn Peake. So that will be a lot of fun to do that with him. So, also, I am open to conversations with booktubers or others who are authors. Again, I have some experience in various forms of religion and spirituality from different traditions. And so if anybody has a question about a book they want to write and want to just run something past me with regard to a religious question or a spiritual question, feel free to do that by all means. That has already happened once, and that was a great honor for me because it was by an author that I really respect, and I enjoyed their work. And so it was a lot of fun to give some thought as to a matter of religion and spirituality that they might incorporate into their next book. So, what am I reading now? Updated TBR. Well, I am quite a slow reader. Just the other day, Johanna put up a really insightful video about slow reading, and that definitely applies to me. And so I've been quite a failure at following through on my TBR so far, but having said that, here is a TBR for the upcoming months of summer. In the church year, we just began the season of Pentecost, or ordinary time, is how I typically measure time on this channel as well. What am I reading right now? I'm reading Cold Silver for Souls by Tori Tekken, another booktuber, so be looking for a review of that soon. Also reading and just about finished with Bound by Blood by Sean David Brink. Reached out to me and asked me to read his book as well, so that video will be coming soon. I am also listening to an audiobook. This is actually a reread. A while back, I read Stormfront, the first book of the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. I had listened to a little bit of the audiobook recorded by James Marsters, and I wanted to listen to it from beginning to end. And wow, what a great narrator. He is Harry Dresden indeed. So that has been a lot of fun to do that this summer. Quite a fun summer read. So what will be coming up after that then? Well, also I'm reading, as we speak, I have started reading Prophet of Edan, which is the second book in the Edan trilogy by Philip Chase. Again, my video on the first book, Way of Edan, can be found on my channel, so check that out. A really great series for somebody like me to be able to dig deep into matters of religion and spirituality, because it is just imbued with spirituality from various traditions, and it's been quite a quite a ride finding all the different things that Dr. Chase has put in his books. Also reading Claw of the Conciliator, the second book of the Book of the New Sun. Put up my video on Shadow of the Torturer a few weeks ago. So look for my video on Claw of the Conciliator soon. So that is, for sure what I'm reading in the immediate future. Hopefully then after that, before too long, I will be finishing up the original trilogy by Dr. Chase with Return to Edan. And then as well, finishing Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe with Sword of the Lictor and Citadel of the Autarch. And then somewhere in the midst of reading those Gene Wolfe books, there will be more Gene Wolfe. Again, you can kind of figure out he's rapidly becoming my favorite author. Sam from My Samwise did recommend to me Pirate Freedom. I meant to have read that right now. Sorry, Sam. Mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. I will get to this soon and look forward to interacting with you about that book, as well as reading more short stories from the Gene Wolfe short story collection, The Island of Dr. Death, and Other Stories and Other Stories. So what might I get to at some point, either the rest of the summer or into the fall? Well, you might remember, if you followed this channel for a while, I had started Alien Clay by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I set it aside not because I wasn't enjoying it, just I wanted to get into the Book of the New Sun and read Discovery by J.A.J. Minton, another phenomenal book. Check out that video on my channel. So we'll get back to Alien Clay at some point in time. I want to read more of Chronicles of Prydain by Lloyd Alexander. So the next book in that series is The Castle of Lear. As I mentioned before as well, again, you're seeing a pattern. These are books that have shown up on my TBR list before. I want to get into Malazan again. I read Gardens of the Moon a while back. To re-enter this series, I'm going to try the Ian Esselmont route. And so I'm going to read Dancer's Lament, book number 1 in the Path of Ascendancy series. Also in the summer, I like to read a historical fiction book if I can. I saw this in the bookstore the other day and I thought it looked interesting. Essex Dogs by Dan Jones, set during the 100 Years' War. Also for Father's Day, just a few weeks ago, my son Jonathan got me a book called The Science Fiction Hall of Fame. It's a series of a few dozen short stories of science fiction, great notable science fiction authors that I'm going to check out some of those coming up soon. I also want to continue reading more graphic novels and manga. Right now, I'm reading Star Wars, The Empire Epic Collection. I like to read at least some Star Wars during the summer. This seems like a good time since I grew up watching Star Wars in the summer. So we're reading that graphic novel right now. Again, also, what is summer without Batman? So I'm reading Batman Nightfall Volume 1. Quite a thick graphic novel with the introduction of the character Bane. Also, I don't have my copy with me right now, but we'll be finishing up Attack on Titan. I've read part of it, the first 3 volumes of that. My son has it right now, and he's reading it. He'll give it back to me. I'll finish it up, and then hope to do a video together with our comments on it. So he's a lot more experienced manga reader than I am. So that's generally what I hope to at least get some of that with regard to my sci-fi fantasy reading list for the rest of this summer. Looking ahead to the channel too, I think I would like to at least periodically talk about the other nonfiction books, particularly theology books that I read. So I think that does have such a great impact on how I look at science fiction and fantasy. And so I'm thinking of doing something like, you can see the monks behind me here, Between the Monks bookshelf tour, and just talk about different theology books that I have in my collection and talk about some of the ones that I have read, as well as give you various updates with regard to the nonfiction, whether history or philosophy or science, those, whatever it might be, update you on those things periodically. Again, I don't know if the algorithm will like that, particularly when I'm varying up from what I've started off so far in sci-fi fantasy, but at this point, I think I just want to have fun with this channel and interact with as many people as possible. So thank you for watching. Peace be with you.